Hey guys, Taylor here from Simply Betta. I hope everybody's having a great day. Today I'm doing something a little bit unusual for me, a little bit new. It's a new DIY project. One that I've never attempted anything quite like this before. I'm actually making a little fish tank. Like actually making it. I have my glass cut out, I have my silicone. I'm gonna put this little fish tank together. I've never done anything like this. I've never worked with glass, I've never worked with silicone. So we'll see how this goes. What got me wanting to make this little tiny fish tank is when I do fish photography, I don't feel like the little plastic acrylic tanks that I'm using to try to take pictures in are doing very well. They get scuffed, they get scratched, they get cloudy. The fish has a lot of depth to swim in, so it's kind of hard to keep focus. So I just thought one day, like, man, I really wish I could just find like a long, skinny container that would work for me. And I just decided to make one. But this will be really great practice for me working with silicone and glass maybe in the future. So I might as well start now with like a little mini project and learn a little bit, right? Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is, get my little workstation set up. I'm gonna clean the glass that I'm using with rubbing alcohol. I'm following a tutorial from the King of DIY on how to do all this. Before deciding to make my own fish tank, I looked everywhere for something that would work, that I could just buy. I didn't have very much luck in my area. A lot of containers that were good dimensions, like from my local florist shops, seemed like a molded or cast glass and had a lot of distortion in the glass, which is no good for photography. I have my glass all clean. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I might as well go for it. Where do I even start? I don't even know where I start. So I watched some King of DIY tutorials on making glass tanks and decided to just try my hand at a mini project. I priced cut glass from my local glass shop, and it turns out 1/8-inch glass is only about $5 a square foot in my area, so I ordered the pieces I would need. Then the glass sat around unused for a while in my house because it was kind of scary. Well, until I decided I really needed to get some photography done, and I needed a better photo container again. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing this kind of stuff? That was definitely a learning experience for the first one. So I have one more to go. I'm gonna do better this time because I know, some things I'm gonna do different. Here's my second attempt. I'm way prouder of this one. I don't know if it, actually is gonna work, but I'll go ahead, I'll let these guys cure for the 48 hours that the instructions call for, and then test them. I'm just a little bit proud of myself right now. Just a little bit. I'll be back in 48 hours to see if I failed or not. Check these out. I've waited 24 hours. I think that's enough, and now I'm gonna test to see how they did. I have them sitting on some paper right now, and a paper towel. That way if they leak, I'll be able to see the wetness. There's not any obvious leaking like I was afraid of, but I'll let these sit here for a little bit and then come back and check up on them. So I'm pretty happy with how these turned out. I left water in them all night. There was no leaking, but one thing I'm not happy with is I was pretty messy with the silicone. And I have residue all over the place. I have little spills here and there. And so I'll go around with a razor blade and kind of just try to scrape some of the silicone residue off. I spent some time going over everything with a razor blade, and now I'm gonna go over it with some rubbing alcohol. So I can clean this up. Let's see if this will get the residue off. Are you okay? Did you break something? What did you break? It took a while, but I think I did it. I got all the silicone residue off. So I had to use rubbing alcohol to soften the residue, and then I just kind of mechanically just scrubbed it off. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do. It was kind of hard. So I know, don't be so messy next time. It didn't actually take me all day. I know it's nighttime right now. I've just had to come and go a few minutes here, a few minutes there, because I've been so busy today. But now the next thing to do is to test these out. I'm in the fish room now, setting up this little photography area just with a piece of paper as the backdrop, as an experiment to kind of see how this goes. And then for my light, I'm just using a spare aquarium light that I can just kind of pop over like this. Whoa, that really blew the light out. There we go. So I'm gonna try this. Let's try it. First, I'll fill it up with water. Now they're both filled up. I'm gonna let the water sit for a little bit because inevitably, all the air bubbles are gonna get out of there. It's kind of fresh tap water. I'm gonna have to scrape a lot of the air bubbles off the side of the glass, so I'm just gonna give it a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. There were a bunch of bubbles all over the glass. I went ahead and I brushed them off with a toothbrush, a spare toothbrush, not my toothbrush. Time to put some fish in. I'm just making sure he comes to temperature. Now I'm putting another fish in, which is a beautiful little female, on the other side. Oh wow. I was thinking that they'd need some time to get comfortable, but look at this guy. He doesn't care. He doesn't care that he's in a completely new tank. Wow. That's a very pretty boy. He's really excited right now. That female in the background is a female I'm going to spawn him to. You can see they make a great pair. They have these beautiful, full covered yellow bodies. The black marbling, these are a lot of times called tigers. Although this female back here, I think is my best tiger I've ever seen. Because if you look, the male has iridescent spots on him and the bits of blue. I don't really want that in the offspring, so I'm pairing him to a great female who does not have those spots. In hindsight, I would have waited a little bit longer for the water to age, so I had no bubbles on the glass, because you can see I didn't get rid of all the bubbles. But I was eager to just test these out, and I didn't have aged water. That is such a beautiful female. I love her. Colors are amazing. I'm pretty happy with how this project has turned out. I feel like it's definitely going to be worth it. Absolutely. Like, I can already tell taking pictures is so much easier because of the dimensions of the photo tank, and I really feel like it's going to help my workflow. It's going to help me take photos and videos of my fish way easier than I'd have to do it previously. So I'm pretty happy about this. It was totally worth the time and effort, and even though it was kind of scary to work with glass and silicone, I'm glad I did it. Whatever next project I do that involves that, I'll be that much better. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and have a great day.